All right, well, it's a par 4. It's like 420 from the tee. It's a little left, but went a little left. Wrap a 5-iron around the trees here. Oh, that's fine. Like 60 yards or so, a little less. So, good 58 up there. You're good. Didn't turn. Just finish it. Yeah. Thanks. Par 4. All right, like 86 yards or so. I hit like 100-yard shot, I would say, into the wind. Yep. Jesus Christ. That's so bad, dude. Par 3 straight into the wind. 7-iron, only like 160, but nice if it stopped gusting. Push it, wind. Way short. Try and keep this one under the wind. That's fine. It's never high enough. Blech. Par 4. I'm gonna try and drive the green. Why not? That is right at it. All right, good drive. Just backspin, but we've got a pretty good chip here. Kind of tumbled on me. It's not bad. There we go. Good call. Par 5, straight into the wind. Oh, God. Yeah, it just fell out of the sky because it's so wet. Well, the rain finally stopped. Got like 290 or so. Trying to 4-iron up there and just give myself a wedge in because it's straight into the wind. Yep, that's fine. $110 or so, hit a pretty full gap wedge. Oh, my hand slipped. I think it's putting. Yeah, I just pulled it a little bit. All right, 6th hole, par 3. It's from here. It's like 200. It's severely downwind, so I'm gonna hit 7. Hit it well. Yep, we're putting. A little fast. All right, par 4. It was a little left, so. Oh. Every time on this hole, always go left. right. Not bad. Oh, like 2 yards further, it's perfect. All right, par 5. Ooh, 540 from back here. Okay, so if you saw the last hole, you saw my mic fall off on the tee box, and I almost stepped on it. And I didn't go back and pick it up because I didn't see that. So the mic is still at the course, and I'm doing a voiceover. So let me know if you like this, and or if you like the on-course mic better. So I have about 225, and I grabbed a 5-iron, so it was downwind, and I hit about 6 inches behind the ball, and it ran into the water. So not ideal. Found it, picked it up, and took a drop. About 70 yards, and I overcompensated here, and I think I pitched just off the green and kind of flew into a downslope behind it. Kind of a tough shot. I hit a decent shot, but it hit a downslope going to the green, and it ran off the other side. It stayed up, luckily, but got the chip up there, and kind of a generous give me, but it's a double on a par 5, which is not good. So on in the 9th, par 4, pretty straight away, kind of at that tree. Went just a little left of it, but it's just in the fairway, I believe. Gives me a much better angle than if I had gone right of the tree. Pretty good wedge shot here. Just a little long of the pin, but that's not a bad spot to be. About 10, 15 feet for birdie. And a pretty good putt. Just didn't roll in there for me. So good bounce back par after the double, and we'll head on to the back 9, 10th hole. It's a 387-yard par 4. Not sure what went wrong on this swing or really any of the swings coming up. You'll see. Just an absolute block slice to the right. Took a 9-iron to kind of go up and over the trees. I did. It must have hit one of the top trees and came down just near the cart path. Got kind of lucky with it. So about 85 yards left. Try and get up and down for par. Is that the point? Pretty good wedge shot. It was just a little long. I couldn't really tell where the pin was. The green's pretty long back to front, so it was more at the front. Hit a pretty good putt here, I thought, but it runs way away after the hole, and didn't adjust the camera and just pushed the comeback a little bit, and that's another double. So not ideal. Going on to the 11th, it's a par 5 that goes left. So just like the last tee shot, I go at least 40 yards right, if not more. Found it just on the other side of the tall stuff, or what is usually the tall stuff. Hit a 4-iron back into the tall stuff. So now I've got a gap wedge that I hit pretty well. It's kind of a strange lie, but I got it up there just off the green. Decided to chip it. Hit a pretty good one. Just ran away from me a little bit. So putt to save par here. And just didn't get it there. So another bogey and a tough start to the front 9. About a 200-yard par 3, hitting a 6-iron. Finally hit one straight. I aimed a little bit left, I think, just based on the last couple other shots. So it's about pin high, and it stayed out of the bunker. Not a whole lot of green to work with on this chip, and it lipped out. So just went up there, wedge tapped it in. It's a good par, good bounce back. 13 is a par 4,
Goes a little right, playing just a little bit left, and hit a pretty good tee shot there. Yeah, no real complaints. It was in a pretty wet area, so I wanted to make decent contact with this and put it a little bit past the pin, and it's kind of a ridge that runs right down the middle of the green, and it hit that and rolled up the other side. So it's a long birdie putt. Just missed it, and it was downhill, so I kept on going. But a really solid comebacker, so that's one I felt pretty good about. Good par, onto a par 3, about 178, 180 yards, got a 7-iron. Good swing. I thought this was the sight line. I thought it was left of the green, and I got up there and it was behind the green, pretty much everything running away from me. So a really tough shot, and I hit a good shot. I just flew it too far. So a little sarcastic fist pump there because it pitched and just ran off the green. Another chip that I just didn't commit to, left it short. And a putt that just kind of a weak putt. So another double. And on to the 15th. Par 4 goes a little right, so I'm aiming kind of down the cart path there. Hit a pretty good drive. Got hung up in the right rough a little bit, but that's fine. Some sandhill cranes flying over. So yeah, in the right rough, about 80 yards left, and you can see the top of the flag there, but there's a hill kind of covering the front part of the green. I didn't hit this great or as hard as I wanted to, so I think
it's a little short.
Pitched just at the back of the hill and hoping to trickle on, but it didn't. And had a chip and got up there close and tapped in for par. So good bounce back hole again. On to 16. Long par 4. Pretty straight away, just some bunkers out there to avoid that I narrowly avoided. I pulled the drive a little bit and it skirted past the first one and ran up there about 175 yards left into the wind, so take a 7-iron and just let it float up there. Felt really good about the strike of the shot and everything that came with it. So got a birdie putt that I didn't take the time to read.
You're not wrong.
Or just didn't see. Still don't really have an explanation for that one. So kind of a tough par putt that just didn't go or just stayed out to the right. So kind of a tough bogey after good drive, good tee shot, but par 5, 17th. Pulled my drive just a touch again. Went into the long stuff, which kind of forced it to be a 3-shot hole. If I was in the rough, definitely would have been. Could have gone for it in 2, but just had a 5-iron here and had to punch out and caught a big clump of grass behind it. It was back in the fairway and I kind of jammed my bottom hand, but 130 yards or so. A little bit of a knockdown pitching wedge that when it landed, it looked like it was on the green, but it's basically fairway. So I decided to chip it and want to putt through wet grass with a lot of break and hit a pretty good one. No real complaints about that. Just went up there and tapped it in for par. So on to 18. Final hole. I wanted to go kind of hit a cut over the trees there on the right, that tallest tree. And I hit kind of a straight one, which ended up being fine. I looked for my ball. It was further down than I thought, because I thought it might have got knocked down, but it was further up. So I think I hit some cart path or something and got a good bounce. And I chunked the wedge shot. Just stayed short of the bunker, which is good. Not sure my camera did this kind of recording, but hit a pretty good chip shot up there. Give me about 5-6 feet for par. And we dripped it in there. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, let me know.
Sort of.
As always, like, comment,
How
subscribe,
is this
and we'll
hole
see you
like
next time.
downhill in 360 degrees?